What we're looking at is the bench I made with 2 jack pine logs. Leaving it open so I can lay another log in the middle of it and then put a little bit of weight across it, and it acts like a third person. Otherwise, cutting this stuff by yourself would be pretty tough. So then I put the plywood back on when I'm not cutting the logs, and it's a table. Being super careful on that because this has to sit flush on the floor, and if I make a mistake on this cut and it's too short, then all the work to make the log tapered at that end, etc., is all for nothing. So it's one of those things, cut it a little long if you have to, try it, remove a little bit. So that's our next step, see if it fits. Now I'm going to see if the piece I made actually fits. I'm either going to be real happy or real unhappy. I know where it's supposed to line up from the old circle in the bottom. It's sitting in the one on top that I notched. It's wanting to turn. I don't want it to turn. It's in there, but it's not sitting perfect. It's making me mad. May have to take it out and figure out a different way to keep it where it's supposed to be. It worked. I had to go to this black strap and use this buckle to get some tension and grip on it. And I was able to spin it into the notch, pound it into place. And it's on the money. Now I got to get the other one out. Alright, now all the weight is on the new one. And the new one's about, this one was okay, but the new one is about 1.5 inches or 2 inches bigger in diameter. It'll be able to carry more weight. I just want to be sure. I might use this for the one up there. I might take that one out and put this one in. I'll have to see. I just want to beef everything up a little bit. I'm starting on the replacement of the 2x4. It's doubled up, and instead going with logs tapered and notched into holes I'm drilling into the logs to fit them into. So that's what it would look like with the 2x4. That's what it looks like now. This is an example of one of the supports. It's not a peg leg for Long John Silver, although I think I could make one now. Does help have a little sculpting practice, because I had to make 22 of these. I'm only on my 11th one. It's taken 2 12-hour days already if I stay tonight till 8, and it'll take 2 more days. But these will go up supporting the roof off of these cross supports. And this is the second smallest out of the 22. So the ones that are 62 inches long get a little harder to handle when you're balancing up on that beam. But it's getting there. I think they'll look cool. Underestimated the time on it. I'll get there. I'm trying to beat a storm today. Hope that doesn't throw me off. I don't know if you can hear that wind or not, but they've been calling for a thunderstorm coming for 2 days, some big one. And the temperature's dropped about 15 degrees. And the wind is out of the northwest, and the trees are moving, and I still got a half-hour boat ride on the lake, and I went out and checked and it's white capping. So I'm going to be smart and get out of here so you can teach an old dog new tricks. Normally I would have stayed. Whew. I just got here. It's June. Got back here. It's June 23rd. I had to leave last night. I quit at about 6 o'clock because a big storm was moving in. The temperature dropped, and I'm not sure exactly what the temperature is, but I've got a long sleeve shirt, a long sleeve undershirt, a down vest, and this parka on, and a raincoat. And I only wish I would have brought gloves crossing over this morning. This is one of the supports that I'm making for the roof. That's why it's taking so long. They're tapered on both ends. One end's obviously bigger than the other end. One goes in the log across, one goes in the purling on top. Cutting the holes that they go into perfectly round upside down isn't easy. So my back is a little bit mad about playing with these things, but we're getting there. And I think it'll be worth it. I think they're pretty cool. This is 4th day since I started making the supports. You obviously have to measure them, make them a little bit longer because I'm tapering the ends, and then I'm actually carving into the support beams with a matching diameter circle and kind of sitting them in there, and then hammering them into place, and then pre-drilling and setting screws, 3 screws on the top and the bottom on each one. My math was off a little bit. It's 26 of these. I've only got 5 left after this, which means I can start sealing them. And by making these ends this smooth, it's just one more way to keep the bugs and critters from wanting to start to live and eat your beams. So it's a little more work. And like I said, I'll be doing probably 2 more coats on each one of these. And then they'll be obviously under the roof, so that'll really help. Then I can start putting the roof on, I hope. So that's what I'm up to for the rest of today, and then I'll start sealing all these things over the next 2 days and hopefully leave. I've been up for it'll be 14 days, 14-hour days. But I'm getting there. This is the notching on top of the beam that goes across the cabin that I'm talking about. Those are done. These are just 2x4s. That'd work. It's just not cool. And this will be stronger. So that's what I do. I notch in here. That's the hard part, notching in over your head on the bottom and making sure it's in the center. This is a rough idea. They're not completely done yet, but that's what they look like now. That's my army of roof supports. All right, got to get back to work on the time clock, my own. All right, as you can see, I've taped off all of those pieces after removing the foam, like it would be on this one here. I'm glad I waited so I could at least show you that. You remove the foam, you sand it all, you tape it off, and the next step will be to cement it. And doing that on all 26 of these things. Again, that's the art part in me. You don't have to do that. It will definitely add to the length of the logs, the ease of taking care of the cabin, less places for the little creepy spiders and whatever they are to live. That's it. Moving on. Next step, cement land.